markers for the effectiveness of our practices? How do we know that our ITP program that we've put together is doing?
Yeah, there are fewer and fewer people in the world that can understand you. Your friends drop off dramatically. And you find yourself spending more and more time alone Saturday night, basking in the radiance of your own bliss. You thought finding a boyfriend was hard now. Try putting up with stupid under these circumstances. It's one of those classic never-ending sliding scales. And the scales are almost always paradoxical. The first thing that doesn't happen is it's not that you have less pain. And it's not that you have less turmoil. It's that you become more accepting of it. In some ways you become more sensitive the more you grow. And the more sensitive you are to other people's suffering. And so it's really, your capacity to get hurt is going to increase dramatically. And your capacity to handle it is going to increase even more. And that's the great thing about it. You become bigger in all dimensions. You become deeper in all dimensions. And bodhisattvas cry daily. It's not just all fun and games. So you'll know it primarily by how increasingly sensitive you get. You're more open to more perspectives. You feel into more individuals. There's a certain point you'll see with Big Mind and Big Heart where you are inhabiting the insides of everybody. So there's a permeability to everything that increases, and a strength in all of it that increases. And you'll find ways of tracking that intuitively. Does that make sense to some of that? Yeah. But we still have in the back of our minds the notion of the Superman, that when you get enlightened, nothing bothers you. You have no pain, you have no suffering, it's just, you just breeze through life like some sort of cross between James Bond and Catwoman. And it's just not how it works. What happens is that your capacity for all of this is much, much, much more sensitive, and your capacity to handle it outpaces that. And so it's a very, very interesting thing. I think you'll cry more. I think you'll laugh more. I think you'll feel intense bliss and intense sadness. There's a sense in which you will cry for every sentient being alive. It will tear your heart out. And you will also know that there are no sentient beings to awaken. And that will give you more joy than you can imagine. And all these things, the glorious, grand mixture of all of that, it's extraordinary. And all continues to arise, but it self-liberates in its own space. But if you're not getting more sensitive to all these things, then I think you're really doing something wrong. Yeah.